Share this out to a few groups. I'm going to talk about survival of the fittest today. Survival of the fittest. Why do we still have this project running? How's my sound versus volume? I had trouble with that yesterday. Someone mentioned the music was a little loud, like I was on a college campus. All right. Let me share it out to a couple more pages here. I appreciate y'all sharing. But I just want to kind of discuss. I'm not going to sit here and just rant for the first 15 minutes. Let's see what y'all want to talk about. I did want to put out the discussion here. Question. Why is this survival of the fittest thing still running? All right. Okay, I don't think we got survival of the fittest. I think we're just kill the weakest baby. There's a big difference. I don't see comments. What's going on with the comments? Oh, I know what happened. That's annoying. Hang on, the comments going. Y'all come on in. Go ahead and post your comments. I'll be with them in a second. Let me see. Okay. I think that did that. Where's my YouTube comments? I see Facebook coming in. Good morning. And I see YouTube. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Survival of the fittest. Sometimes I think we suffer from delusions of grandeur, and we think we're survival of the fittest. I think we're just kill the weakest, unluckiest baby and be okay with it because the baby grows up into a human that doesn't look like us. That's why I think identity is behind a lot of our problems. All right, let me get it from my YouTube. Everybody up and see. There's a bunch of y'all in the room this morning. Good morning, y'all sharing. Thank you for sharing. That's helpful. That's how you have a discussion. We got a lot of different minds here, people who don't always agree, but they're adult enough to disagree and keep the conversation moving. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see if I can find. What in the heck is my channel? That's not my channel. Oh my gosh, that's Monsanto. Get off of my phone. What the hell wrong with Monsanto? Y'all know y'all not supposed to be there. I killed too many people. Oh wow, okay. This looks like y'all ready to go. The music's almost over. Here we go. All right, everybody's up. Good morning, good morning. Who we got? Crystal and Deborah, Gypsy, and Brother David, Michael, Sean, David. I like this picture behind me. Another Michael and Terry and Megs. Hang on, I want to talk about survival of the fittest this morning. We can't seem to get out of this. We seem to be locked into this kill the weakest. I kind of feel like, you ever watched the movie Alien vs. Predator? I kind of feel like we're trapped in that movie. Move my big head out the way. We're always pitted against each other. You never watched the series Alien vs. Predator? It was a good series. The Predator and aliens would fight. But I think the Predator made the aliens, and he would just go over, they'd seed him on a planet. He would go around planet to planet and try to kill him. It was never a fair fight. Because the alien always had the better weaponry. The alien always had a military-industrial complex that actually made the alien. The Predator had made the alien. The alien was a weapon of mass destruction. I kind of feel like that's us. I kind of feel like that's us in the West. You know, if you're weak, we're going to murder you, and it's never going to be a fair fight. Because even when the Predator would go down to the planet, then he'd leave his missiles and all his equipment. He still had knives and other things that the alien didn't have. It was always a game. It was always a game. Killing the weakest to get something from him. And in that movie, it was all about just the credibility, the credit of going to a planet and murdering something weaker. Kind of the same credibility we get in the West, where our government goes to other countries and murders the weak, steals what they have, their resources, puts in a government. Somebody told me the other day I should be proud. Are you proud of your nation? Are you proud of your nationalism? Are you proud of what your nation did? It bothers me a little bit when people say that. You know what I have to think about American history? I am proud of the minority, not race. I don't believe race exists. That's stupid. I'm proud of the minority that actually held some semblance of sentient behavior amongst all the psychopaths that always run this Washington thing. I'm proud of those few. I'm not proud of the blood, the lust. So I think we always get in these places where we gotta make these overreaching choices, whether it's black or it's white. I don't think it's ever black or it's white. I think it's always shades of gray. I'm proud that we have little itty bitty pieces in our government that resemble humanity. The vast majority does not. It's just about murdering weak people. It's about murdering little kids who are born in the wrong place. Doesn't matter the color of their skin. I know there's a narrative on that, but once you read enough, you realize that that narrative is never true. That narrative is there just to keep the alien versus predator fight going. And then there was a movie where it wasn't aliens versus predators. Like the alien had all kind of it had teeth and all kind of things that could fight back, claws. There was a one, I think it was the latest one, where they got some humans, little soft jelly bags of goo with hair and fingernails, and dropped them down to the planet so the predators could kill them. Blood sport. I'm not proud. No, I'm not proud to. Let me put it this way. Are you proud to be a German? Are you proud to be an American? Are you proud to be a British? Are you proud to be Australian? I think I'm proud to be an American. Let me say it that way. I am proud to be an American. I am not proud of the vast past and people who, the genocides, but I'm proud that I am in a powerful country, which is why I won't leave. Because I think it's my obligation to use that power to right the wrongs the psychopaths in the past that I'm not proud of did. And not in a selective way, a global way, right? We stole resources from every continent on the planet. We murdered people and raped people on every continent. Like, think about that. Definitely not proud of the past of this country. You know, to be honest with you, I think it would be crazy to be proud of any past. You know, every culture I go back and I look at Africa, yeah, like, okay, that's where my ancestors came from, and some were Cherokee, and I'm not proud of any of that either. Not globally, not across the board, because they stole women and horses and raped people too. But I understand the environments that created all of that. And I'm very proud of those few who, even in those societies, kept the semblance of a respect for ecosystems, or more of a respect for human life back then than we do now. But ultimate greed destroys that. So I'm proud of the few. I'm not proud of a race. I'm not proud of a necessary nation. I'm proud to be in a powerful nation. I'm proud of the few in those groups who aren't psychopaths, right? Brother Michael said, I'm proud to be Irish. Brother Michael, I'm proud of some of the things that came out of Ireland. I am not proud across the board. Because this is where they get us. This is where they get us. There are psychopaths in every group. And George Carlin said it. You know, I'm kind of thinking through this. That's why we're sitting in the study with the aliens and the predators. How do we get the aliens and the predators to play chess? How do we get them to play peaceful games where kids don't get murdered and rape isn't the common denominator in every stupid war that they start and conflict that they profit from? George Carlin said, why would someone be proud of being Irish? He said it was a mistake. I think he was right. I think we are given things to be proud of that aren't real. I think we're given things to be proud of that we had nothing to do with. I think that we shouldn't necessarily find pride in accidents. I don't think I'm proud of my African heritage. I don't think I'm proud of, my Native American heritage. We barely know that heritage. And there were a lot of real evil things done in all of them. I think I find more pride in what we're doing today. Some of us. I find more pride in us pushing forward to make a better world. I find more pride in us making a better world than I find in the past. I think that's dangerous. I think it's easy to control me if you get me to be proud of something I don't understand, or something that I wasn't even here for, or something that I didn't even do, or fantasy, or some eyebrows, or proud of my feet, proud of my skin color, proud of my bald head, my losing hair at an early age. I think I'm more proud of the few people I see that are coming together to try to make a better world. That's not controllable. What's definitely controllable is the fencing that they put us in, the pride in the fantasy things that we had nothing to do with. There's nothing to work on, right? Being proud of being African American. There's nothing to work on being proud of being British. There's nothing to work on being proud of being Irish. And I'm just thinking through this. I'm thinking through it because I really do want this survival of the fittest thing to come to an end. Any models that are based in killing the weak because they were born in the wrong place, that's nothing to be proud of. Crony capitalism, crony socialism, crony communism, it's nothing to be proud of. Why would you have pride in killing the weak? Because you were born in a place and you lucked up and had some gunpowder and ships. You lucked up and had laser beams as a predator so you can go kill some aliens. It's nothing to be proud of. That's cowardly. I don't think we should be proud of being cowards. I like what you said, Terry. Satisfaction. I am satisfied, Terry, with my skin. I'm satisfied with that. I had hair till I was about 30. I'm satisfied with my Cherokee heritage. I'm satisfied. I'm not satisfied as an American. We have too much to work on. I'm not satisfied being in the West. Kind of thinking through it. That's why I said today all we're going to do is talk. How do we get out of kill the weak, this cowardly model that's inflicted in every government across this planet? Instead of feed the weak, help the weak, lift the weak up, show the weak how to make a well, understand why the weak is weak, because we broke their heritage going back to the proud Germanic tribes, proud Irish tribes. Like, Germany's not a thing. Like I say this stuff all the time. Germany as a country shouldn't exist. Not unless every single person who lives in that border says they want to be German. Germany never existed. It was the tribes of Germania, and that really didn't even exist, right? That was Julius, was it Julius? The Romans. I don't say Julius Caesar, the Romans. The Romans went over and they had these angry mob people who lived free that they didn't like. And so they called them all Germanic tribes. Germania. That's not even real. None of that's real. These were all different tribes with different beliefs and different cultures, and nobody even knows who they were. If I had German heritage, which I probably do, I mean, you go get these DNA studies, we're all related. No, I wouldn't necessarily, I guess, to be proud to be German, because German doesn't even exist. That was a colonizer that went over there from Rome and murdered a bunch of people, raped the women, killed the livestock, and tried to conquer them. And Rome wasn't able to do it. Thank goodness. So that none of our words are even true. None of our heritage is solid. It's all just used against us to get us divided up in fighting, right? It's just like the nationalism stuff. My God, I don't know why I'm looking at a pop-up. I just got a pop-up from Eric Holder. What did this dummy say? He said, bombs are a sign of the time. Y'all still let this murdery bastard talk? He should be hiding in a cave somewhere, scared to death of y'all. Why do y'all let murdery psychopaths keep talking? No, bombs are not a sign of the time. They're a sign of your psychopathy. You murdering people and funneling weapons, destabilizing countries in Latin America, throughout the world. No, Eric Holder, it's not a sign of the time. It's a sign of murder of the weak. And the weak get pissed off. The weak join a hate group and the weak come back. The same way the weak do everywhere. Because they're not really truly weak. They're just being starved in a trailer park, ghetto, a barrio. They're just being starved and you don't like their response. Well, guess what? Stop starving them. How about that? No, I'm not siding on the side of no bomber. I'm not siding. I don't believe in violence. I'm just saying there's a reason why things happen. The weak don't like to be killed. They don't like to be starved. We create psychopathy by putting people in environments and raising children in environments that you wouldn't raise a damn monkey in a zoo in, let alone a human being. That's why I don't really get into much of the vegan talks and we can't talk about saving the whales. People don't care, they don't care about babies. Why would we, how can you get a murderously bloody group of people, predators, who still have survival of the fittest models all throughout their governments, to give a damn about a cow, to give a damn about a chicken or a pig? It's impossible. They don't care about themselves. They hate themselves. They hate their offspring if it's not in their family. You know, step one, you got to bring back some sentience. You got to get sentience in people. You got to get them past kill the weak is okay. You got to get them past killing children as an adult is not a cowardly act. They just had that funeral for all those kids in Gaza, those 3 young men, between the ages of 12 and 14, that they were setting out nets for birds. And Israel's drone murdered them, assuming that they were sending up balloons or something. I know people that take sides in that. We can't even sit back and mourn for a second that 3 kids were murdered by a drone that we made and we handled the technology to and we funded. We can't even for a minute just let the family mourn and say this is a bad thing before people jump on sides. A cowardly world. Cowardly predators, killing the weak, ganging up on the weak, stealing what they have, making even more of a scarce environment for them. And we wonder why we can't have nice things. That's why we can't have nice things. We're not even human beings. I mean, human beings should have nice things. Not willing to cooperate with people, animals, or the environment. No, age of Credilla, we don't. We don't cooperate with any of those things. We dominate people. We dominate, murder, and eat animals. We destroy environments, ecosystems. That's why I say, you know what, age, if I can call you age of, I don't know what your first name is. That's why I like YouTube. They let you have avatars, fake names still. Yeah. That's why I don't like the word climate change. To me, it's stupid. It just means nothing. It's just it's a, hey, let's fight. Let's fight about nothing. It's just too political. I think it's about killing ecosystems. Like we kill the environments we live in and thrive in. What if we outlawed the destruction of ecosystems? We stop playing these climate change, carbon numbers and figures and all of that and just say, you know what, as a corporation, you are no longer allowed to kill an ecosystem. At the micro level. At the micro level. If you manufacture a chemical that's sprayed on crops that actually kills the microbiology in the soil that allows for a plant to create a healthy fruit for human beings so they don't get cancer, driving up healthcare costs. If you can't make a product that put on a plant that doesn't kill off something in the ecosystem, then you can't use it. If your product, when it leached into the ocean, it kills the ocean, you can't use it. If your war requires you have airplanes, tanks, bombs, and guns that destroy the environment, they off gas. If you don't have solar power, if they kill ecosystems, you can't do it. And for that fact, a human is an ecosystem. And it's same survival of the fittest, right? Human beings, they have the ability to make these toxins to spray on crops, and so they can kill off the microbiology because it's weak. The act of a coward. And we do it all the time because it's profitable. We got to play chess with the aliens because they're always aliens. That's why I like the analogy of the alien. People still looking for alien life. Really? You still looking for alien life? We are the aliens. We're on a rock flying through space. If there's life here, something real wrong with you if you think it's not life anywhere else. Hell yeah, there is. We are the aliens. There's always some aliens. You know what a tardigrade is? A tardigrade is a little species that learned to live in space. Damn it, they didn't evolve to live in space on Earth. It evolved to live in space. And then they came here. We are the aliens. There's always aliens. The Native Americans were the aliens. The Africans are the aliens. Right now, the Hondurans walking towards the border, they're the aliens. That's why the predators are okay murdering them. That's why the predators are okay not feeding them. They are the weak. The weak are always the aliens. Why? Because they convince you of that, so you're okay with killing them. You're okay with what we did to them to steal their resources. There's always aliens. We're the aliens to the people in the Amazonian jungle. They convince you through our prejudices because we're proud of our heritage, proud of our African hair, proud of our Irish hair, proud of our German heritage, to a point where we'll murder the aliens. They always use that against us. The philosophies of a coward, killing the weak, robbing from the poor, the opposite of Robin Hood. We're hood robins. We're hood robins because we're hoods. All we do is rob the robins, the pretty robin and the tree flyby. All we do is rob them and kill them, and we get tribalized in our little pods and we group up. This is a good idea. Let's not help the weak. Let's kill the weak. This is my country. You don't belong here. You share it. Thank you, Brother Matt. I always appreciate you. It's an old trick called objectification. Yes, Elaine Buddha in the house. Yes, exactly. Because if you can objectify something, whether it's a woman, a child, a species, an ecosystem, another country, you can commoditize it. And it's just a commodity because it's a commodity that lives around other commodities and is keeping you from those commodities, or wants to come to your country and steal your commodities. It's just a commodity. You make it an object. You can destroy it. You can kill it. You know, and who does that? Human beings don't do that. Sentient creatures don't do. That's corporations. Corporations and greed is what does that. But I guess, Elaine, they allow us to be objectified first so we can objectify others, right? Because I take on this object. I take on this idea that I'm a part of a group that doesn't exist. I'm a part of this black. I'm a part of this bald. I'm a part of this thing that I had nothing to do with. Yeah, Robins in the hood. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, we're Robins in the hood. That's what we are. We just act like thugs. And thugs that wear nice shoes and Armani and got the pins on Congress, and we act like thugs and we're okay with it. You know, they were talking about Merkel stepping down, leader of the Christian group, Christian party, something like that. I don't know a whole lot about Germany. I'm just like, man, don't y'all murder people? You know, Christ is against murder, right? Like there's no allotment for murder anywhere in the Bible. That's why when people start to tell me they're Christian, they're conservative, they start throwing these labels around, I know they're trying to use that object against my intellect. You know, I read the Bible, right? You know, I read a whole lot of the Quran too. You know, you're not going to play with me when it comes to that. You aren't supposed to murder, period. You can't build a model on murder and it's okay with it. Bye, Merkel. See you. See you done by. Yeah, you might have done some good stuff, but I don't care. You definitely aren't demonstrating any sort of leadership that we need to lead into a new world. I always like to think about what type of world do I want my kids to live in? What type of world do you want your kids to live in? I want my kids to live in a world where the aliens and the predators sit down and play peaceful chess to solve problems. It's 2018. Why in the hell do we still have human beings agreeing with these ideas of murder and putting men with guns on borders to shoot poor people looking for food? Is there ISIS in the Caravan? Hell yes, ISIS in the caravan. ISIS is just another word for weak people who are being played. It's ISIS in DC traffic right now going to work. The only difference is you like that ISIS. That's the ISIS that arms the other ISIS. That's the ISIS that's the leadership that's playing the other ISIS in the other country that's coming into your country. You like that ISIS. The ISIS sitting in traffic right now. You know, I don't see you sending no troops out there to get them. I don't see no citizen arrest going for the ISIS in Washington traffic heading for Congress. I don't see none of that. ISIS prime ministers right now in traffic going to work right now to go take out their pens and murder some people. Where are the borders for that? Where are the walls for that? Selective, outrage, selective murder the weak. Our current culture does not teach its children the history of the human, the history of human peace. No, Joan, because you know what, Joan? I appreciate that, sister. I don't think they want people to realize that peaceful cultures came before us. That's what I think. I think the reason why the CIA catches a case of murder every time some socialism breaks out in Latin America, and it actually works. Not that I'm socialist. I'm not anything. But every time that people are happy and they're dancing and singing, oh, we chose socialism, and it's not that it would work, but it was feeling good for a minute, the CIA goes and murders a bunch of people, funnels weapons to people who oppose the people dancing and singing, shaking ice cream in the face, and they kill a bunch of people and they overthrow the government. They don't want Americans getting a whiff that there is anything better than what they have. They don't want human beings getting a whiff of the great people that might have come before us, that they had more of a peaceful way of doing things. Damn it, get this, I got this ISIS, get this ISIS, he got this pop-up on my screen. Eric Holder, he ISIS. Eric Holder is ISIS. Don't pop that crap up on my screen. I don't know, RT does pop-ups. I like RT though. Essentially, they are because they keep ISIS going and growing. They love them, Megs, they love them. ISIS are their homie lover friends. They love them. And it's funny too, because I don't understand it. I don't understand it. They'll sit there and they'll say there's ISIS in the caravan. And the same people saying there's ISIS in the caravan are sending money and guns and bombs to ISIS. And people can't seem to figure that out. It's always alien versus predator. And if someone's orchestrating it, they're making you the predator and those are the aliens and they want you to be okay and they're making money on both sides. Kings and queens are playing together to traffic these young. Yes, they are, Diane. They always are. But they play us, Diane, right, because we're playable. We allow our intellects to go out and play. You know, politician knock on the door. Hey, Diane, can you come out? Can you send your intellect to come out and play? You know how we were kids. Can you come out and play? Your intellect's not supposed to be going. Say, no, I'm not letting my intellect play with you. I don't let my intellect go out and play with these mothers. I know they're just playing everybody against each other. Yes, selective outrage is crazy. Yeah, Deborah, it's always selective. That's why I don't join any teams. I'm not on any side. You on our side, you with us, brother? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Nope, not me. Sorry. I'm on my side. My side, all I care about, because I think there should be 7 billion sides. That's what I think in the human race. There should be 7 billion sides. You shouldn't be on anybody's side. On my side, all we believe is making a better future. That's it. If tomorrow is better than today, we're going in the right direction. If tomorrow is worse than today, more people are dying, we're going in the wrong direction. America's dropping more bombs. America's spending more money on defense. With, I think, the UK and Germany, I think the only one that I saw that was spending less on murder weapons, big, massive metal machines to send around the planet to kill people was Russia. Why in the hell is Russia spending less money on defense? In the last 3 years, the defense spending went down. Now, mind you, I don't necessarily believe that. I believe that they lie about all the numbers. I think if America says they got $700 billion for war, with Trump, the Democrats and Republicans all together, always doing the same thing. Same thing Obama did. If they're going in the wrong direction, like I believe if they got that, that means that they probably had $1 trillion for war. But the statistic is there anyway, and it's showing that Russia's spending less. I think they are probably, I know they're not spending as much, But why is Russia attempting to go in the right direction? Why are they attempting to play more chess? Perhaps because they don't have the military we have, but they're doing more discussion. They're acting more like human beings. They're acting more sentient. They're having discussions around problems instead of sending bombs and kill. They're taking the drone with the camera. Here's an example in Gaza. And they're going to look to see, well, what are those kids doing? They got a net. That's not a balloon. They're not launching nothing. And plus, they're kids. All right, send the drone back. As opposed to just shooting them before you find out what people are doing. Killing the weak. We are a coward civilization. We are a civilization of cowards, unsentient, and we don't seem to want to make tomorrow better. In civilization built on genocide. That's exactly what we are, Age. We are a civilization just completely based in genocide and killing the weak. But we don't have to be. Somebody said the other day, said, "Oh, that was a dark talk." Nah, I don't think the talks are dark. I think some of the things that people say here seem dark because you as an adult have outsourced your hope to murderers, to murdery people. That's the only reason why I can think any of our little talks about truthful things are dark to anybody's, because they've outsourced their hope as an adult into another adult. And that doesn't make any sense. So when someone says Eric Holder is a murdery bastard, a member of ISIS, you don't know how to respond. It makes you feel sad because you put all your hope and pride in another adult. And we're not children. I think that's a mistake. You know, you put all your pride in a culture, a race, a religion. And then you find out that culture, race, and religion has a lot of genocidal, murdery, psychopathic bastards in all of them. Because all of that stuff is fantasy. Evil comes everywhere. That didn't even sound right. It is right, but it didn't sound right. It does. They're spreading that seed everywhere. And that's why you can't fall into these fantasy cries. Evil is spreading their seed everywhere. Close your eyes, your mouth, close everything. You don't want to. Let's not breed evil anymore. Let's stop with breeding the psychopathic people. But first, we got to start shaming them. We have to be honest with ourselves enough to shame them. You got to be honest with yourself enough to say, you know what? I used to like this person. Don't like him no more. I voted for him. I'm not going to vote for him again. They're doing this and that's wrong. We can't even agree that wrong is wrong. We can't agree that killing the weak is a bad idea. We can't agree that that's the act of a coward. Complete cowards. We got to stop being cowards, because it's that cowardly fear that makes you want to shoot children with a drone. It's cowardly fear that makes you say, you know what? We're going to shoot people at the border instead of actually solve the problem, which is why they're walking. We don't have to send guns. We can send tents and food. Very easy. You don't have to let them in. I don't agree with any side. I think the liberals are stupid and the other side's stupid too. I don't think you just let a bunch of people in your country and don't have any preparation for them. Yeah, if you can get them job placement, bring them in. Why? Because the job is theirs. The resources are theirs. The money is theirs. The wealth that we live was all theirs. We robbed it from people all over the planet. And we need to be honest about that. But I understand you don't destabilize a society, and that's the fear on the right side. Oh, it's going to destabilize our society. I get that. But we have the resources to take care of the people. Why don't you disagree with your leadership for once? Why don't you disagree with your kings and lords for once in your life? For once in your life, and when they hand you a talking point, say, no, it's not true. Hell yeah, there's ISIS in the caravan, but you made the ISIS. So your idea of sending troops to the border is a stupid idea. Why don't you send food? Why don't you make a camp for them so when those people get there in a couple of weeks, they're not going to try to run over the border. They can live right there and make a town for them. We got the money. We print the money. Y'all think these people in MMT are crazy. They're not crazy. Their theory, it's not a theory, it's true. It's modern monetary. What they're trying to explain to you is that the government prints all the money they want. And it's true. They do. They can print the money for anything they want. They can print enough money to go murder everybody in Mexico and everybody in the caravan too. Or they can print enough money to go feed everybody. And I think that's what you're supposed to do with a petrodollar. If you scam the entire world into making your currency the world's reserve currency, I think you have obligations to the world that you're supposed to fulfill. That's what I think. Stockholm Syndrome will trip you and tell you to get up. Yes, it will. Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, I like that. You're right, because it'll trip you, say you're weak, you fell, pick your damn self up. But as you get back up, it'll stick his boot right back in your face. Powers that have mastered manipulating and playing off people's emotion. Control your emotions, control yourself. Exactly, Crystal, and that's that Eddie Bernays stuff. It's propaganda. They give adults these emotional, psychological makeups based in the pride in things that don't exist. That's why I think attacking identity is the right step. We gotta attack, we gotta break down these fantasy identities. I think that's the beginning. What are my thoughts on creating a city? Well, Matt, I think that we do have to create a city. I think that we can take, and I assume that you're talking about, you know, the border problems around the world, the problems with human migration around the world. I like to call it human migration, brother, because when you call it migration, when you call it humans fleeing bad situations, I think more it appeals to people's empathy. And that's what we need. We need more empathy and less apathy. We need more people who give a damn, not people who don't give a damn because they believe in their pride and their kings and their lords actually aren't going to turn on them. I think you can build them a city. I think you can. I know we can. We destroy cities. We got enough money. Germany, Britain, France, all of them could do. I mean, where they come in Europe, it's Libya. Right? America is Mexico. We know. And you think Libya or Mexico is going to say, nope, y'all can't come here and make a city. Hell yeah, they're going to let us make a city. See, that's a human thing, Matt. And that's the problem. See, you're a human being. You have empathy. You realize there are children in that crowd. You know, you're putting together root cause problems with real solutions that work for everybody. Those people don't really want to be in America. They just want safety, food, and a place to live because we stole it all. So we know we can take care of that. You know, we can look at the mistake that you're made, right? We don't have to jump on either because a politician gives you, well, here are the solutions. Hate the people, put guns on the border, shoot them because MS-13 and ISIS are in the crowd. You don't have to go with those solutions. You can look at that and say, you know what? This part makes sense. That doesn't make any damn sense. This one you need to seek some help for and get a straitjacket. And the other side, oh, just let everybody in. Don't give them any jobs. Put them on welfare and everything's going to be okay. Say, nope, that part makes sense. This is stupid. You need to go back to school. Why in the hell are you even a politician? You're supposed to teach people how to fish, not give them a fish, right? We don't have to choose any extreme stupid sides, especially when both sides are made up of mostly leaderships that are psychopaths. Brother Matt, you're a human being and you're thinking through problems. That's the power of critical thought. That's the power of not having pride in what a king or a lord gives you and thinking for yourself, becoming yourself, identifying with you. 7 billion different yous. Why do people not want to be you, Brother Matt? Be yourself. Why you want to be somebody else? I heard something the other night. Said, be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Why do you want to be somebody else? Why do you want the kings to orchestrate who you are and what you think and how you think and what upsets you and what you should flip out about and where you should tribe up? Be yourself. People murdered for greed. Yes, Eileen, that's the beginnings of it all. Just people get murdered and raped for greed, toppling countries. And it's okay and it keeps happening because we can't call it out for what it is. Shooting with drone, a spray, if milk could be safer. Well, I think that it's a good idea to spray with milk. I don't know, we should be drinking milk from a big, massive mammal. That's another whole discussion. I'm not a milk person, but we can spray food. We don't have to spray weapons. We can spray things to look out for people who are fleeing. Now, if somebody goes down there and and this is the other thing. ISIS is in the crowd, MSN-13 gangs in the crowd. Yeah, I believe that to be true. They're not lying about that. Why? Because ISIS is here, MSN-13 is here, Bloods and Crips and everybody cartel, they're here too. So of course they're going to be in the crowd too. You know, but you're not letting anybody in that's not already here. You know, all they are, they're human beings that are raised in bad environments. Let's just be honest. Why do you hate these terrorists so much? Why do you hate ISIL and ISIS and Al Qaeda? Why do you hate them so much? Why do you hate the triads and the Bloods and the Crips and the Mafia? Why do you hate them so much? MS-13. Why do you hate them so much? You know, one day they were born, they were a baby, and they were raised in a bad environment, and that environment made them into something that's not productive in our society. We can either fix the situation, or we can continue to pretend that fighting fire with fire doesn't create more fire. So all it does, create more fire. When you fight hate with hate, you just create more hate. When you fight MS-13 with guns, you just create more MS-13. And we know this. But people go along with it when their government says it. Why? And it's both sides. That's the funny part. It's like you got two sides. They think they're fighting. They're not fighting each other. The leadership are taking all the same money from the same weapons manufacturers. They're all, at the end of the day, if you got two different employees, you can call them political parties or whatever you want. If they work for the same department, the goal has to be the same. They can go about it different ways, but they're on the same project plan. They can say it different ways. They can have different leaders. Some can be nationalists, others can be socialists or pretend they are. But at the end of the day, the industry, the department that they work for, the boss that they all work for, is going to do the same thing. It's going to get you the same result. Diane said troops are necessary. Diane, I think troops are necessary in Honduras, not at the border. I think it's smarter to turn the group of people around as opposed to letting them get to the border. I think it's smarter to help the towns out along the way because we destroyed Mexico too, and the people won't actually come to the border. I think we can solve the problem before it becomes a problem. But we don't force our leaders to do it because we don't say these things. We go along with the bull that they handle down, you know? But I'm not a big believer in borders anyway. I'm not a border guy. I just don't believe in the kings and the lords. I don't believe that Germans are Germania. I don't believe them. They lied to you. I don't believe Africans are African. I think they were thousands of different tribes. I don't think Native Americans are Native Americans. I think they were thousands of different tribes. And because someone who came here, colonized, and killed a bunch of people called them that, that's not who they are. But people fall into it. The King of Spain runs Puerto Rico. And, the King of Spain runs Puerto Rico. Diane, I don't know anything about that. I know Puerto Rico was a colony for a period of time. I know we destroyed it. I know they are a current tax colony. I don't think they're qualified as a debt colony too. They're a colony. We keep them poor, we keep them weak, and we steal any of their production. And that's why when the hurricanes and the floods come, they're not sustainable. They need help. And 3,000 people die because we keep them weak. And that's on us. That is our bad. You know, national security is neighborhood security, neighborhood strength. When your neighbors are strong, they don't rob you. They can take care of themselves when the storm comes. In fact, if the storm comes and knocks you out, they can take care of you. Building up Puerto Rico is a smart thing. Building up Mexico is a smart thing. Building up Honduras is the smart thing. Not shooting a bunch of people or making them stand at the border when they get there. Building up Libya is a great idea. Europe, that's why Obama killed him. That's why Obama and Hillary Clinton went in and killed Gaddafi. Why? Slavery. The man was going to make a gold currency for the continent of Africa. That was going to create way too much competition. There's way too much coltan and minerals there. If they let that man live, then you'd have an opposing force in Russia, China, and Africa too. And they didn't want that. So they killed Gaddafi. The last thing they want is weak people getting strong. The last thing they want is the alien actually being able to have enough strength where they got to sit down at the table behind me and play chess with them. Our leaders don't like to negotiate because they're cowards. That's why Obama's a coward. Trump is a coward. Bush was a coward. They're all cowards. Not that, not that they're not being controlled. I always say that. I get excited. It triggers identity. I don't mean to do that. You trigger people's identity. You can't have a discussion with them. The offices are controlled. The job is to be a coward. It requires cowardice in action, right? So you don't want your aliens to be weak. You don't want them to be strong. So you destroy their countries. I think when you make Libya strong, people stop at Libya. Wow, there's an economy here. The jobs here. I can feed my family. It's safe. They got, police for the most part, and they're taking care of people. Everybody's happy. What the hell do I want to go to Europe for? ain't going to no damn Europe. It's cold. It snows there. It's dark like Gotham City in some of those places. I don't want to go there. People gonna look at me like I'm funny. I'm gonna stay in Libya. Very simple solutions. And they don't require a lot of thought. These are problems people solve every day. In corporate America, you solve problems like this at your job every day. And if you didn't, you get fired. The fry guy knows how to fix the fire when it breaks. He knows if the temperature's too high. You know, he didn't just burning the fries. He fixes the problem. So why do people in the fast food industry, they can fix the problem all damn day? You know, that lettuce, the refrigerator's not cold enough. The lettuce went bad. I'm gonna turn the refrigerator up. It needs to be, turn it down. It needs to be colder. They solve their problems all the time. But when it comes to politics, we don't solve anything. We just agree with the kings and the lords who have historically always murdered us. I like the idea of the continent of Africa being strong. I like the idea of Latin America being strong. I like the idea of everybody having nukes. I do. If everybody has nukes, nobody uses a nuke. Everybody has to sit down and play chess, negotiate. That's what I like. When the aliens equate what us predators have, that means our predatory leadership have to actually talk to them and solve problems like an adult, not a childish psychopath that's killing puppies and bunnies. All right, let's go down. Let's go down. I know I went off into a rant. We just it happens. Diane, I'm getting some wrong info. Please tell me what info I'm getting wrong. Please, because there's a whole bunch of people here who listen. I'm not always right, but if I say something wrong, please say something that's right. Please clarify what's wrong. What we do here is we don't do speculation. What we do here is we do facts. We do facts. We don't do speculation. When somebody from Washington who's not in Honduras or Mexico and they don't have pictures of MSN13 in the crowd, they don't have a picture of somebody with a label that says MS13 on the label. We don't agree with that. That's called speculation. We don't speculate here. We look at things that are plausible and we look at things that are facts. And right now, the facts are the journalists on the ground are saying these are poor people, mostly, who are fleeing the bad environments that they're fleeing. The reason why they're fleeing, or I only care about the reason why they're fleeing, right? Because that's how you solve the flee. You solve the flee by fixing the reason they flee. If somebody's paying them to flee, I don't care nothing about that. Like, I don't, if Israel, Zionist, some people are saying that. I don't care nothing about that. To me, that has nothing to do with the solution. It might be interesting, but we need to talk about the actual root problem to bring about a final fix and a solution. That's how we make a better world, is we always deal with the root level problems. Oh, you live in Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico is run by a corrupt Spain family. Okay, well, Puerto Rico is totally corrupt, guy, and we agree with that. I don't agree with you. I don't disagree. I know people in Puerto Rico too, and they say Puerto Rico is corrupt. The government's corrupt. It's as corrupt as the government that wrote the laws that keep them a debt colony, right? So no one disagrees with that. But I think all governments are corrupt. I think worldwide. You know, that's why I believe in self-determination. I think that people should be allowed to pick their own governments. You know, Puerto Rico is kept under multiple boots. It's the same thing as the Palestinians in Gaza and West Bank. Same thing. You know, you think people who are on the side of Israel, you think they're lying when they're saying Hamas is corrupt? No, they're not lying. They're telling the truth. Or Hamas and the PLO, they're corrupt probably as corrupt as Israel is. You know, but the human beings were always under layers and boots of this matrix of a screw, you know, because people love power. Predators always want an alien. They always want somebody they can oppress, someone they can make money from. That's why, like I said, I don't pick sides. It's best not to pick sides. To say the truthful things, we can get to the root problem and actually solve the problem so we can move on. We got better things to do. We have more important things to do to discuss if murder is okay, if murder societies make sense, if spraying chemicals and pesticides on crops, giving everybody cancer is a good idea. These aren't even sentient topics. You know, we have important things to discuss further along in our evolution, not whether or not dropping bombs on people is acceptable. All right. Hey, Blue Lady 22 on YouTube. I don't think so. If we can get all the Democrats out and they all get arrested, there are 57,000 sealed indictments. for after the midterms. Well, Blue Lady 22, we've had this discussion kind of before. We don't have a Democrat problem. I don't like the Democrats. We don't have a Democrat problem. We have a psychopath problem. And psychopaths come in Republican flavor, just as they do Democrat flavor. The only thing that people feel, they feel more pain from the Democrats because they just left. So you can get, this is the whole pride and identity thing that I talk about all the time. When we have pride and identity, we lose. This is how the human race is losing. We are losing, sister. We are losing because we believe the lords on the Republican side. And then they flip and believe the lords on the Democrat side. And you forget the fact that they're all lords. Only psychopaths want power over people. Only psychopaths tell women what to do with their body. Only psychopaths tell people what cannabis they can put in their body, what leafy greens that they can eat. Only psychopaths go and dominate somebody else. Only a psychopathic predator would do that. And so replacing the predators with the blue for the predators with the red means we're still going to be prey. That's not going to fix anything. That's why I'm not a party guy. I'm not anti-party. I'm not pro-party. I just think that we've evolved past this, and we need to act like we evolved past this. We need to be adults. We need to make decisions like we understand history, that the lords are always playing us. They're always playing the populations to keep us oppressed. And the only way we get out of that is we drop these identities. There's going to be a fully automated industrial society with many less people. Yes, age of credit. I'm glad that you said that, Age. That's one thing I love to talk about. That's the industry that I come out of. And I warn people every day. I'm like, people, they're lying to you about the robots. They're lying about the robots. They're lying about the software. Every day I say they're lying. They have a lot more advanced technology than what they're letting you know. And I'm not the only one who's saying it. I didn't even see the real sexy stuff. It's all over YouTube. They have all the technology. The robots are here. They just haven't turned the button. That's it. Click when they hit the button. Every day, the value of human labor goes down. We don't have time to talk about whether or not we should be saving people in a caravan from Honduras. We should be saving all people because we might need those people. You think that, here's a good example. Let's say we got rid of all the Democrats, put all Republicans in. Do you think anything would change? Do you think when the corporations that run the Republicans, just like they run the Democrats, like they run the Christian Merkel party, like they run everything, do you think that those corporations have different ideas for the robots down the road? They all have the same exact plan for the human race. Because it's all based in greed. It's all based in productivity. And it's not that they don't like humans. They might actually love humans. They are human, but you can't slow greed down. It's coming and you can't stop it. And when you don't have the ability to take care of people, you got to shoot them or you got to let them die. And that's what we do today. So the idea that, oh, when robots come, we're going to take care of people. First of all, robots are already here. Every day, jobs get lost that are not coming back. There are no new industries that are popping up, creating jobs for people. So we're going into a different paradigm. That's the only reason I don't talk about MMT much. I got a lot of friends who believe in it. I don't talk about universal basic income. I don't believe in minimum wage. I don't believe in any of these things because they prop up the billionaires. You know, they give us the plan to keep things going. And I don't think we should keep things going. I think we should be 20 steps ahead of them and say, no, we know where you're going with the automation economy. We don't want to do anything that props up your monetary society. We're going to take care of people. That's the end of it. End of discussion. It's not even a discussion whether or not we can shoot babies. End of discussion. We're going to take care of people. And I think that's how we get somewhere. But the same corporations are behind all of it. And the corporations aren't making a plan for the human race. They're not. And that's the plan. When the Republicans and the Democrats and Putin and everybody else, they're not talking about what's going to happen to human beings. That's the plan. Not a damn thing. You will be food for whatever velociraptors are left in the environment after they finish the 200 animal extinctions per day. When that's all done, whatever's left that can eat your children, that's what's going to eat your children. That's the plan big corporations have for your kids. That's why we need Honduras. That's why we need to be friends with Libya. That's why we need to be friends with Africa. That's why across the board, we all need to look out for each other. You know, so that's why I don't get into this stuff and I don't fight. You know, Ellen saying MMT is a con. I don't know the extents of everything. I think everything's a con, number one. Number two, but they are right that we print money. They're right about that. You know, and I don't know how far the theory goes beyond that. My issue is that the billionaires don't come out of nowhere. That's my point, right? The corporations don't get their money out of nowhere. They get it because we buy from them and we work for them and we cheer the politicians that they paid off. You know, so rolling out these ideas to just keep everything going, I'm not for. I believe in stopgap solutions, and whatever y'all pick, I'm fine with. Y'all pick MMT, y'all pick universal basic income, you pick minimum wage, as long as it slows down the bloodletting of the human race. I'm good with it. But my focus is we need to be steps ahead of them. Right? This is the art of war. You don't shoot where your enemy is, or you don't shoot where they think you're going to shoot, which they already know we're going to shoot at minimum wage. They know we're shooting at MMT. They know we're shooting at these things. We need to have the plan for what comes next. That's my point. Whatever is shown, multiply that times 100 more. But you know what? We never know what's true. We never know what's true, Sandra. They always lie to us. The corporations don't run the Green Party. Shiva, I don't think they do. I like green. I think it's kind of a step, you know, it's like the Independent Party or Constitution Party. You know, I like them because they're not the murder party. That's it. I like them because they're not the funnel guns to warlords that rape entire villages of women by drugging the child soldiers. I like them because they're not Democrats and Republican psychopaths. Not that all Democrats and Republicans are psychopaths. The voters are just like us. They're just gaslit and they only have so much information. The leaders are psychopathic. So I like the other parties because they're not murdering people. But I am convinced if they get in office and we don't change things, they're going to murder people too. Because I think it's the office. I don't think it's Trump. I don't think it's Obama. I don't think it's Bush. I don't think it's Clinton. I think it's the office. I think there's something that controls those people at that level that we're just not aware of. So there have to be multiple steps. You know, I don't tell people, you know, I don't tell them vote green. I don't tell them vote independent. I don't tell people nothing. I just say, don't vote for people that are murdering people. Don't vote for people that are blasting identity to get people divided to keep them weak. Don't vote for predators. Don't vote for people who are okay with survival of the fittest. Don't vote for people who are running programs right now that are based in murder the weak and steal what they have because they were born in the wrong location. And I don't even say don't vote. I don't say vote or don't vote. I don't say anything. I just say vote every day. That's it. Vote every day. Take that for what it's worth. If your data tells you that's at a poll, then go ahead and do that. You know, if you think that voting once every 4 years modifies anything in this world, look at the world. Look at the world. You see any modification? All I see is genetic modification. That's all I see. I see GMO crops everywhere. I see everything corporations want, everything that makes profit and greed, because all the sides are all the same. That's how you win. You control all the sides. I'm anti-war, anti-murder, no pro either party. I'm with you, Gypsy. Gypsy Star Girl. If you kill people, you and I, we can't be on the same team. That's just what it comes down to. I like people. I like babies, yo. Babies are fun. Babies, the only innocent things on this planet. Cool. Even their poop sometimes smells sweet. I love babies. Babies are fun to play with and make everybody smile. Somehow, I think gypsy people forget that everybody was a baby. And some of those babies are just born in the wrong place. And if they're born in the wrong place, survival requires they do bad things like join MS-13. Join up with ISIS that Washington created through the CIA, and ISIL and and the rest of them, because they don't have much of other choice. And as opposed to blaming them, I think we should blame the game architects. We're all savages in the brave new world. We are all savages. Yes, we are. The system can't break down fast enough to take care of people. Not everybody's prepared the same. The people are struggling today. The government, love it. Distractions do help some in the interim. Yeah, I think they're going slow with it, Gal. But this is how it goes. It is survival of the fittest. That's the model we cheered for. So it's the model we got. People who get it, who are like literally preparing and getting ready for whatever sort of little collapse or slowdown we have, there are going to be people who will be ready, and there will be people who won't. That's just what it comes down to. History showing us that, right, brother? History showing us. That's just how it goes. You know, you get ready for bad times. All of our grandparents had cupboards. You know, they had pantries. They always had food because bad storms always came. You're either prepared or you're not. You know, there's a reason why. Like Brother Gail. You know, I always say there's a reason why your government's building bunkers. There's a reason why all your politicians have bunkers and land hidden. There's a reason they got the continuity projects. Because they don't believe that they can actually do the job. Or they know what the job is. That's why they build bunkers. You have all the confidence in them. You get the badge. They put on this, I'm a campaign. I'm a call for them. I'm going to put the bumper stickers on. I'm going to put the yard sign out. Yes, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. In the meantime, like, I can't do it. I can't do it. But the job is to smile and pretend I can. Honey, is the bunker ready? We got the bunker. I need to smile. Yay, we got him. We going to win. Yay. And meanwhile, everybody, it's just how it goes. The Lords always do that. The Lords, they get us on that emotion. They get us going. Yeah, you can do it. No, I can't do it. Y'all not read. Y'all need to read more. I'm just doing the job. Y'all need to read. It's all about history. All about history. Always be prepared for everything. I keep telling everybody, land is life. Land is life. Water is life and land is life. You need to have some land with some food growing on it. You need to have a cupboard with food in it. Why? Because your government does. All your politicians do. And their bunkers are getting deeper every year. They're building the doors getting heavier and heavier every year because y'all are breeding. The more kids y'all have, the more Honduras's they create. They're making the door heavier. They're getting more guns. You know, meanwhile, like, yeah, you're going to save us. It's like, no, the kings never save us. The billionaires are never coming to save us. Y'all don't know how. I have no idea how this works. The billionaires are never coming to save us, y'all. Trump is a billionaire. He's not coming to save us. It's not happening. Obama's in that billionaire crowd where he's not one yet, but he's working on it. Citigroup was behind his administration. They're not coming to save us. And the whole world is based on a currency that they administrate through forces that we don't know. The whole world is in trouble. That's why Russia and China getting off the dollar is a great idea. Great. Tony the Tiger, great. Because if your survival is not based on a currency that is about to get deleted, smart idea. You might actually get to make it. But your currency is based on, but the Americans, they fight each other. And that's why America's probably going to feel it the hardest. You know, Venezuela, the rest of them are fleeing the dollar. All right, let me go down and look at the comments. Let me see. People don't want the truth. I see many zombies who are unaware. We need to awaken people as much as possible. We don't have time on our side. Yes, Gypsy, and that's true. That's all we can do is awake people. Actually, I was in a good conversation with Debbie last night. We were talking about it. Debbie's doing great. I know y'all were asking about Debbie. Debbie's doing fantastic. Same progressive, y'all know her. She's enjoying her life. She's offline. And we kind of laughed about it. You know, people say they miss her. Say, listen, Debbie told you. She said, I'm not doing this by myself. Y'all need to get on live stream. I'm not going to go on a live stream with 1,500 people yelling and screaming at me, and y'all aren't doing it too. It was lonely at the top, but she's doing good. She's offline, you know, and that's what we talked about. All you can do is wake up who you can. There are people that aren't supposed to be woke up, Gypsy. And that's a scary reality, is that when these hard times come, there are people who just don't make it. And we all cheered this survival of the fittest. And that's why we got it. And that's why those people are not going to make it. And really horrible things are going to happen to their children or their grandkids or their offspring. That's why all of our grandparents and great-grandparents all handed down, be strong, don't be stupid. Be strong, be able to stand on your own too. Don't rely on a king or a lord, which is just your government. They're always against us. All right. And the world still spins at the same speed. It does, Brother Mark. It's just spinning round and round. I think these are just cycles. I just think the world just keeps going around. But I think we keep just cheering money to run it. And this is where we always get in trouble. We always get into these collapse situations because we keep believing the lords and the kings. And we need to have one generation finally that actually fights the power consistently. Not just as children. We need one generation that rages against the machine consistently, not just as children. We're talking about that the other day to somebody. Because I sit there and I wonder, it's like, you know how crazy it is to sit here and to oppose the most murderous government on the planet. Not that they do it. It's not an anti-government thing. They get their orders from somewhere else. But to sit here and oppose a machine that everybody we grew up with that say, we're going to fight the machine. We're going to rage against the machine. We're going to fight the power. And most of my family, most of my friends, most of my loved ones, the people I think love me, they love the system. They need the system. A system that murders people for walking up to their border asking for food. That's like shooting somebody who comes up to your door asking for sugar. And I don't think we have a choice. I think it's crazy because they're the ones who are putting the bullets in the guns that will be facing us. You know, but that's all right. We're all here for just a purpose. And when you figure out what your purpose is, do it. You know, we're all here to serve something that I think is greater than ourselves. And all you can do is serve in the way you know how. Part of my purpose, I won't say I know it all. But it's certainly, I don't believe in bull shizzle. I can't follow it. I can't go along with it. When I see somebody in line, I have to say that's a lie. I can't cheer it and clap and tell other people it's a good idea like it's not a lie. That's why I'm not affiliated with these popular parties. That's why most of my friends and family members I'm a little distant from. I don't believe in killing, and they get behind people that are killing people. You know, that's not my religion. That might be your religion to murder people. I have a religion, and the religion that I have told me I can't murder, I can't steal, and when somebody walks up to my border or my door, I'm supposed to love them and give them the food that's in my fridge. When people come up and ask me for help, I help them. That's who I am. I'm what you see is what you get. No levels to me, no layers to me. I put everything on my sleeve. That's just who I am. No duplicity. Duplicity is for cowards. It's for people who are scared. And when you finally pull your big panties up, you pull your big drawers up, and you step into this adult, mature thing, you can't have any fear. You just wear everything on your sleeve. Well, if you wear everything on your sleeve, people will play you. That's fear. Why are you worried about people playing you? Just be yourself. Fulfill your role. It's better to live your role than somebody else's role. Live your role. Mary said Bernie isn't going to save us. No, Bernie's going to murder us. That's the job. Bernie's going to murder us. Like Trump is going to murder us. Like Obama's going to murder us. Whoever's in office at the time when it's time for us to be murdered and the robots are ready to go, they're going to murder us. Right? Whoever's in office when 5G is time to roll out, they roll it out. Whoever's in office when it's time to kill Gaddafi, they're going to kill Gaddafi. Who's ever in office when it's time to invade Iran and murder millions of people, they're going to invade Iran and murder millions of people. Whoever in office when it's time to kill the Hondurans, destroy their economy so they can't have a peaceful life and have a family and raise kids and be left alone, they're going to do that too. It's just how it works. It's how it works. And when you let go of all of that identity and fear and you just wear who you are on your sleeve, life gets real good. That's why these aren't depressing to me. Their talks are depressing. It's not depressing to me. None of this is dark to me. This is just how it goes. Even psychopaths deserve empathy. There's a reason they've gotten to that point. Second chances can be miraculous. Absolutely, Crystal. Psychopaths definitely deserve empathy. Because if you were raised in the environment they were, you would be them. You put on their shoes, you'd be them. And most psychopaths aren't violent to begin with. Most psychopaths are bankers and lawyers and doctors and EMTs, right? Most psychopaths are heroes. Only a small amount of them are murderous. That's why I love to listen to the neuroscientists where they explain it's a behavior. That's why I say follow the professionals. Follow the professionals and listen to professional talk. And when you hear a politician talking about something, they don't know nothing, no damn thing about Honduras. They don't know no damn thing about the history, or they're hiding the history, or they're lying about the history. Don't believe them. You know, when they start saying we need to do welfare, you know, you just shut them up. No, you don't. You need to teach. You need to give a person a fish. They can have a fish for a minute, and give them a chicken so they can lay some eggs, so they don't need no more fish down the road. Show them where the lake is. Real simple solutions. It's not rocket science. Love all, there will always be crazy people. I think there'll always be crazy people, Mark, because people are always crazy next door, because you don't live next door. There's always crazy people. It's like there always will be aliens, because everybody's an alien. We're on a rock flying through the universe. Everybody's an alien. Gerard, the naive humanitarian. Well, Ivana, I'm not naive. I just don't cling to life. It's not naive. That's called having faith. I have faith in the human race. I have faith that we're going to go the right way. And if it gets us killed, it's supposed to get us killed. Next generation to deal with it. I think that love conquers all hate. Love conquers all. And all you do is you love people, and then you die. And the next generation loves people, and then they die. Next generation loves people, and then they die. And if we get to enough generations that are doing this, nobody have to say this anymore. We don't have to worry about people running at borders. Everybody will be taken care of, you know? So that's what I think. I think we just have to believe the things that those ancient spiritual creatures said, where you just love people. And you let the chips fall where they may. I'm not a chip guider. Say what's true, help who you can, fix what you can, and the chips will fall where they're supposed to. If a nation denies their power, DC and NATO will be sent. Right, if the nation denies, right, DC and NATO will be sent. Right, or weapons will be sent. Age of Cordilla, that's exactly what happens. Look how many are not believing the official 9/11 narrative today. I know, Ish, and that's progress. That's progress. I don't claim to anybody I know what happened on 9/11, but I know the official story is a lie. You know, and if you said that 10 years ago, who had got Bill Maher fired when he said that? Before he sold out deeper, he realized he loved that money. And once he realized, I love me some money. I like money, right? Bill Maher used to say truthful things. Now Bill Maher can't stop lying. He just said, just making it up as he goes. He picked a team. That's what they told you. You got to pick a team to have a show. You can't have a show unless you pick a team. If he picked his team, now he's lying his day. Now I can't even watch him. He's not even funny to me anymore. I like money. He like money. Diane said, well, I go work. Will you go work in farms? Absolutely. Now, actually, you know what, Diane? No, better than that. So I'm an automation engineer. I know that we don't have to work in farms. I know we have the automation where we can grow food for everybody. They just lie to everybody, don't tell you. I'll work from the farm from my smartphone. That's what we know. We know the farming of the future. The farming of yesterday was from smartphones. We just don't do the data in that. So absolutely. I do it for free. I tell people all the time. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to take care of you. But as an automation engineer and a software developer, I'm not going to do it for corporations. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for Hondurans. I'll do it for people in Gaza. All I need is a house and some food. I'm not a greedy bastard. I don't need money. I don't like money at all. I need to do what I'm here for, and I'm here to love people. All right, last couple comments, and we're going to get going. Ha ha ha, my mom bankrupted 5 people in her forgiveness. No thanks, I will send her your way, Crystal. She will love you. I'm not even sure what that's about, Shiva. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the courage to change the things I can. And the wisdom to know the difference. Mary, I can't say nothing after that. That's it. It's all about courage. It's all about not being a coward. We don't need to kill and murder the weak to survive. We don't need any more systems that are survival of the fittest. We don't need to kill anybody to live. It's time we accept that. These children die unnecessarily. Women are raped unnecessarily. Entire villages are chased out of their villages because we cling to identities that require us to kill the weak. And I think it's time for us to build a new world. It's time for us to sit down as aliens. I don't know, we're the predators. Sit down as the predators with the aliens and talk out our problems. Negotiate like we're adults. If we can solve problems in a corporation for a paycheck, we can definitely talk with other nations for a world, because we are dying. Anyway, gotta go. Love y'all to death. Y'all have a wonderful day. It's Gerard. I'm out.